There are some things that are incredibly difficult to make gluten-free, however, chicken pot pie is not one of them. Chicken pot pie was my comfort food growing up, so when I found out I had celiac disease, I was very distraught that I would have to give this up. However, I quickly discovered that making a gluten-free pie crust on your own is actually pretty easy. Use a food processor to pulse together gluten-free 1-to-1 flour blend, salt, and cold butter, then pour in a few tablespoons of ice cold water to bring it together. Then you just knead it together until it's a smooth ball and refrigerate for 30 minutes to chill the butter again. Then we make the filling. I always use a whole rotisserie chicken and shred it with my hands as a shortcut, and then in a pot add butter and saute with onions, celery, carrots, garlic, and a bunch of minced herbs. As the thickener, I use a gluten-free 1-to-1 flour to make the roux to coat the vegetables and then deglaze with white wine. I feel like a lot of people skip the white wine, but it adds a great balance to the dish. Then I go in with the chicken stock and simmer to thicken up. You want to make sure it's fairly thick or else it will run out of the pie when you cut into it. Now, I would be lying to you if I said rolling out the pie crust on a gluten-free dough is easy. It is not. You have to practice patience because it will inevitably crack. Without gluten, it just doesn't hold together as well, but that's okay. You can piece it together and just be patient. Always roll it out on a mat or parchment so you can easily pick it up by lifting the parchment, unlike a gluten-filled pie crust where it's a little more malleable. Once the bottom crust is in, fill the filling, and then I like to fork crimp the edges of the top crust because it's just easier than pinching together with gluten-free, and then egg wash it and pop it in the oven. It comes out golden, flaky, and perfect. You can't even tell it's gluten-free. Check out the recipe